So off the tip, it's Oklahoma City. Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. At small forward and power forward, it's George and Patterson. Westbrook and Robertson are the backcourt pair, and it's Adams in at the center, locking down the middle. Now here's Westbrook. There's the dish to Patterson. Off target from outside. On defense, Oklahoma City. I think the one thing about Patrick Patterson out of Kentucky, he is a smart basketball player.
Yeah, he's not the best rebounder or shot blocker, but the advanced stats love it. And he gets the job done at both ends of the floor.
Al Paul. James Harden missing on the three. Passes it to Anderson. Back to Paul. Anderson the screen. 6 on the shot clock. Launches it. And Robertson pulls it down. Here's Oklahoma City now. And the dunk by Westbrook.
So fast and so aggressive. Hard to stop Westbrook when he's tearing down the court like he did there.
Westbrook against Paul. Kicks to Capella. That one's not going to go. Adams, some nice D. Outside, George. In the corner, it's Westbrook. And it's out of bounds. The Thunder able to retain possession.
Playing with lots of energy here, trying to cause turnovers.
Yeah, even though he doesn't come up with the steal, that kind of deflection will disrupt the rhythm of this offensive possession.
Here's Robertson. Pass to Westbrook. Back to Robertson. Patterson a screen on Harden. From deep, George gets the three-pointer to fall. George has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Capella sends a screen for Anthony. And it's sent back by George.
I'm not sure if it's a bad start or unlucky here. 0 for 4. Can't think too much about it. Just got to get that first one to go.
And doing their best to maximize possessions. Just staying focused with this lead.
Well, it isn't much, but they've been able to capture some of the momentum of this game and increase their advantage.
Here's Capella. Paul George making his last shot. Anderson a screen on Patterson. Hits Harden with the drop. Oh!
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
And that was Under Armour bringing you that replay. Unleash chaos. And what a play it was. Patterson against Anderson. Now here's Patterson. Defense right on him. George. The Rockets pull it in. First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. Paul against Westbrook. Tries it from 9. And that one, good. Paul's got his first 2 points.
Well, Chris Paul showing no fear down low amongst the trees.
They set the pick. Screen by Adams. Westbrook kicks to George. Adams with the screen on Anthony. Back to Westbrook. Three-pointer. The rebound by Anderson.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Oh, man, he'd love to have that one back. He just does everything right, but doesn't get the finish.
Outside Westbrook. Adams outside. There's the three. Patterson, that's good. Patterson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And they can't allow him too many open looks.
Anthony with it. George picks him up. Capella sets a screen for Anthony. Over George. No good off the back of the rim.
And getting a hand in the shooter's face, locking down that in-between area.
Just taking on the challenge on every possession. I love defenders who give nothing away.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And here are the Rockets now. The Thunder making the shot. Anthony right side. Over George. Again, the miss by Anthony.
I like the defensive effort. They did a good job altering the mid-range shot and then making the shooter feel a bit uneasy.
Outside, George. Here's the three. It's rebounded by Houston. Here's Harden, and the jam by Harden.
Well, I like how Chris Paul resets the floor on that possession. Very quick on how he distributes the ball there.
Oklahoma City leading by 6. And a bit of a bittersweet question for you, Brent. We know you spent so many years with the Sonics who eventually were uprooted and became this Thunder team. How badly would you like to see Seattle hit a basketball team again?
I think it's the NBA's mission to get back to Seattle. And under Adam Silver, he's asked questions about the return to the Emerald City. And I think it's going to happen, Kevin. If it does, I'd love to be a part of what the organization does up there. I do miss the PNW. That's the Pacific Northwest.
The Thunder shooting their first free throws of the game. That one is off. And last year, one of the bigger surprises in the NBA, the Houston Rockets.
And remember, absent Dwight Howard, a lot of people thought maybe they're going to take a step back. And in the year where several other super teams in the league kind of took a step forward, the Rockets were able to hold their own. The team has a system that works, and they have bought into it. And top to bottom, they've been making smart decisions.
Well, one thing the Thunder have always done well is control the glass. Good rebounding team.
Well, the Thunder are great candidates to end up near the top for both offensive and defensive rebounds, and it certainly helps when Russell Westbrook is tearing down over 10 boards a game. It's a complete effort with this ball club, and they have guys who are willing to stick their nose in there.
Can't hit that one. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. Outside, George. There's the pass to Westbrook. Baseline try. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
Great recognition there from Russell Westbrook. You take away his path to the basket, he can still just rise up and get you from the mid-range.
Now here's Paul. Now here is Harden. Out to Anthony. Over George. Houston gets it back. And Adams sends it back.
Adams is a decent shot blocker, but relies on his position mostly, that time in the right spot.
And finished off by Westbrook.
I know it's just 2, but man, that's a nice 2. Westbrook with the insane creativity.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here. Paul outside. Back to Harden. Launches a 3. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. And it's 7 points for James Harden. Anthony against George. Feeds to Patterson. Out to the wing. For 3, Westbrook. And it's Westbrook again missing. Rockets trail by 8. Unloads from 13. Anthony's shot is off.
Not sure if it's him or the defense, but just something's off tonight.
Well, something in this frame for sure, but when you're out of rhythm, sometimes it's better to play the role of being the facilitator.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I had a chance to catch up with Coach Mike D'Antoni. He said the key to this game is how much they can limit the quality looks inside. He said when you're playing a team like this, you don't stand a chance if you give them easy shots down low. See who wins that battle, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And here's Westbrook. James Harden getting it to go from deep. Adams with the screen on Harden. And George kicks to Patterson. Back to George. Patterson, the screen. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
Harden kicks to Capella. Pass to Anthony. The three. And another three for Houston.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
And there's the feed to Patterson. The three from George. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Screen by Capella. There's the triple. They get the rebound. Kicks it out to Paul. Houston moving it around. Capella sets a screen for Anthony. He dishes it to Capella. Screen by Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Now, here's Westbrook. He's got 9. Here's Patterson. No good with the triple. Rockets trail by 9. Paul outside. Anthony on the wing. Gordon's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. Paul with the ball. Screen by Capella. Again, the miss by Harden.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
Roberson gets the bucket.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Just incredible flow offensively. Everyone's doing their part. Let's see if they can sustain this early momentum.
Here's Capella following the score by Oklahoma City. It's been said before that champions have no off season. Thinking about that, what's your take on the balance between resting your body after a long year versus really pushing the strength and conditioning that could take you to another level the next year?
Well, I could throw it back at you, Kevin, and ask you about as you get older and your body changes, you have to do different things, right?
And more, yeah.
Right. So in your younger years, if you don't make the playoffs or you're in the playoffs, maybe to take 1 month off and get right back into the gym,
take a break,
your body's ready to do that. And in tune, take a player that's 10 years down the road, there's no reason for you to push your body. You can be a little more specialized and be a little more efficient in terms of what you do in the off season to get ready for what a training camp represents, and then, of course, the upcoming season.
And when you watch this Rockets team, you can see just how explosive they are on the offensive end. Almost everyone on the floor can hurt you from deep, and they all know their role and execute it to a T.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. And last season, the Rockets' offense was incredible. Then they go and add Chris Paul.
They can run a team off the floor if they get hot. 2 great playmakers in Paul and Harden. And making a move for Paul made a lot of teams fear what the Rockets can do now on offense.
The free throw drops for Russell Westbrook.
And one thing you have to say about Russell Westbrook, he is an absolute star. I mean, the type of player you can build around and win with. Just the total package on the offensive end of the floor.
Now here's Paul. Lob pass to Capella. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Roberson the pass to Westbrook. Back to Roberson. Shot clock at 6. Over Harden. And that one comes up a bit short. The numbers Westbrook put up last season in his MVP run, Greg, just staggering.
And you figured his numbers would get a bump, but I don't think anybody could have expected this guy to average a triple-double. I mean, arguably the most impactful superstar in the league.
Gets so frustrating as a defender. Chris Paul with a subtle move, a slight adjustment, and he buries you.
Westbrook kicks to George. Over Gordon. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Rockets trail by 11. There's 39 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
And once Eric Gordon receives that pass, he's just rising up, so a natural rhythmic jump shot.
Adams dishes to Patterson. He kicks to Westbrook. Back to Patterson. Jacks up a three. Good on the three-point shot. Patterson's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Thunder.
Man, they are doing some damage from deep.
It is brutal to try and match up on the perimeter with a team that is this hot.
Now Paul. Anderson the screen. The three. And Gordon gets it to go in on the assist by Paul. Gordon's got 5 points so far.
Oh, and there's a bomb there from Eric Gordon. He really looks comfortable when his feet are set.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And power forward Patrick Patterson, getting better every season. He said that his college career at Kentucky really helped prepare him for his life as a pro.
I think my 3 years at Kentucky, caused what I am now, as far as being a sound player, a guy who's not all about himself, who puts his team first and who works hard and who doesn't talk back, who doesn't do the negative things. He's a team player, he's a team guy, and he works hard.
Patterson Clark, exactly the guy he says he is, and that's why he's one of those glue guys you've got to have on your team.
And the kind of guy who his teammates love, because they know he's always going to have their back, always going to work hard, and always going to bring it.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
They've gotten that perimeter game going in that first, and for me, that was the difference.
The new era of NBA basketball, playing outside in. We'll see if they can take advantage of that moving forward.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So for Oklahoma City right now, Steven Adams is out there with Noel. Then there's Felton. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. And it's George in at the 3 spot. And it's Gordon missing. Oklahoma City leading by 9. We played just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Count it, good.
Well, if you read the scouting report on Schroeder, he likes to get into the basket as close as possible because he's usually good from there.
Now, here is Harden. He's got 10. Dishes it to Gordon. Here's Tucker. The Rockets with another miss. Oklahoma City has gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. In the corner, George with it. They get it again. Kicks it out to Schroeder. There's a screen by Noel. Schroeder passes to Noel. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Noel's got the lead up to 13 now for Oklahoma City. And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
The Rockets making a switch here. Green's checked in. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Outside Gordon. He feeds it to Paul. Back to Gordon. Sinks the triple. Gordon's got 8 points.
Well, if Eric Gordon gets the ball from beyond the arc, you have to respect his ability to knock those down.
Schroeder kicks to George. Goes up the baseline, and again it's Oklahoma City.
Yeah, it's not so much just the made shots, it's the consistency of the made shots that's got his team the lead.
Now a timeout called by Houston. Well, Chris Paul, a player who has always had an incredible shooting percentage as a guard.
Well, before last season, Chris Paul actually went through the LASIK procedure to improve his court vision. So you mean to tell me that all the way up until that point, Chris Paul was struggling with his eyesight? That makes it even more incredible.
Now here's Nene. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. It's stolen by Schroeder. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Felton leading the charge. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the way up.
Excellent defense from Schroeder there, coming away with the steal and a nice finish in transition.
Paul kicks to Gordon. Nene with the screen on George. Down low. That's it, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down to just 12 points with the basket from Nene.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range. That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Gordon kicks it to Tucker. With the second effort, the shot by Nene, no good. The Thunder leading by 12. Outside, George. Adams outside. They set the pick. Out left to the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Outside for Felton. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got 3 assists now in this one. Here is Paul. Gordon a screen. Takes the 3. Hits it from three-point range. Gordon's got 6 in the quarter.
And the defense knows what Eric Gordon can do, but still got it to fall over their outstretched arms.
George against Gordon. Gordon with the defensive effort.
Yeah, I think the defense made an impact on that play, making the shooter feel a bit uncomfortable on release.
Paul with the bucket.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Here's Schroeder following the basket by Chris Paul. Schroeder dishes to George. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. George has got 15.
And George just has that extra gear. Well, once he kicks into it, he is nearly impossible to stop.
Gordon against George. And here's Gordon. He's got 11. On the wing, Green. Offensive rebound. The second chance effort. That's it, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Nene.
Look at the intensity of Nene, one of the strongest guys in the game. Phenomenal at scoring the ball inside.
Now, here's George. He's got 15. And it's Eric Gordon with the foul. That's his first foul. Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Steven Adams.
Jeremy Grant.
Schroeder passes to George. Over Gordon. George missing again.
Got to get out his compass and just try to find himself right now and get himself going.
And the basket by Gordon.
And I'm going to call that smart offense. They keep getting it to Eric Gordon. He's making a high percentage, Kevin.
Noel, a screen on Paul. Here's Schroeder, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And Dennis Schroeder plays the game with a real flair, tremendous confidence in his abilities.
Well, sometimes that gets him in a bit of trouble too, Kevin. You got to minimize some of the energy that you put into the antics that are happening around the game and put that kind of energy back into the game. But still a talented young point guard and a guy who wants to measure himself up against the best in the league every night.
Houston making a switch here. Anthony's checked in. Schroeder hits them both.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
And so Mike D'Antoni has had enough. Timeout.
This OKC team is one of the best in the league when it comes to getting themselves to the free throw line. And a lot of that comes with the sheer force of Russell Westbrook, who draws a ton of fouls. But there's a few other crafty players who can get to work on the inside and find their way to the free throw line.
And it's Gordon missing. Oklahoma City leading by 10. Here's Felton. And it's Noel missing.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
And sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
There's Gordon with the three. And it's Noel with the rebound. The Thunder, a strong team at getting points off free throws, Brent. It helps having Cantor, who's also good at drawing fouls.
Well, we see how much a team can have success just stealing easy points from the free throw line. So most teams that are near the top in terms of finding free throw attempts per game find their way into postseason play. The Thunder have set that trend. Westbrook's aggressiveness, Cantor on the inside, and Adams playing aggressive around the rim.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And Melo's still bringing the passion to the floor no matter what's going on around. He's still going to be a gamer.
The Rockets have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today. Well, you could feel the clock ticking for Melo's time in New York, and this offseason, it finally ended, Greg.
Yeah, and for a team like this to add Melo to the mix, what a blessing. I mean, Melo still has a ton of offense to offer, and hard to add a player so skilled as Melo for practically nothing.
So Anthony nails both of them. Brent, when you were playing, your ability to pass and shoot, and you were 6'7", really a positionless player before the term became popular. You could play so many ways, in so many different positions all over the floor. I would think that would fit today's game perfectly.
Well, it's nice of you to say, Kevin. I'd like to think that I was a bit of a switchblade player, especially the way the offenses now are expanding to the three-point line and giving guys with creativity a lot of room to operate. And if the first available shot's an open three for a guy on your team, I could probably sink my teeth into something like that.
You like positionless basketball? Why do you like watching it now?
Well, that's the way I play defense, Kevin. Positionless.
And nicely done, running the floor well, then attacking the rim.
The exclamation point in transition with the high percentage finish.
Now here's Green. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. The shot by Paul, no good.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
You love basketball. Couldn't miss in the first quarter. Now can't make it in the second quarter. Got to be eating at him just a bit.
Green up on top. Gordon with it. George picks him up. Gordon kicks to Anthony. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Yep, that one goes. Anthony's got 4 this quarter.
That's not an easy shot, but Carmelo Anthony has made his living making tough ones.
Robertson dishes to Noel. They set the screen. Schroeder passes to Grant. His 3-pointers off the mark. Rockets trail by 13. Outside Gordon. The dish now to Anthony. Capella sets a screen for Paul. To the paint. Capella with the bucket. Capella's got 5 points so far.
Quickness of Chris Paul dicing up the defense with his superb passing off the screen.
Grant kicks to Noel. Screen by Grant. Noel passes to Schroeder. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one's on Anthony. The Thunder shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
At the line for 2.
First free throw is good.
And one thing that is quite clear with the Rockets in terms of their approach is their shot selection. They prefer easy layups or threes. Very rarely will you see them play that in-between game.
James Harden, he's checked in for Green. And a switcher also for Oklahoma City. Patterson's checked in. Schroeder hits them both. And that shot selection, a systematic approach by the whole Houston organization. Greg, is a team, they actually took less mid-range jump shots than DeMar DeRozan did individually last season.
Yeah, and it wasn't even close. I mean, the approach Houston has made successful the last few seasons, they are 100% committed to not taking mid-range shots if they can help it.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Noel. Clock is at 3. Releases. Yep, it goes, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Paul.
Look, one guy in front of Chris Paul, that's not going to bother him much. Has to be discouraging if you're matched up with him.
Now here's Noel. Patterson, good on the triple. Patterson's got 9 points.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
Paul dishes to Harden. Outside Gordon. There's 1:47 left to play in the first half. And they double up Gordon. Passes it to Anthony. Here's Capella. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Well, the game's 4 quarters, and after a tough first half, he's found his rhythm in the second.
This is his second trip to the line in this one. Anderson, he's checked in for the Rockets.
One shot.
Always a fun topic. If you could start a franchise with one guy, who would that be? And a big part of that debate, proven veteran versus young guy with massive upside.
How long's my contract as general manager, Kevin?
And let's say it's a 4-year deal right now.
Okay, I'm going to take the young guy with massive upside.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, because if that pans out, my job's going to be 8 years with an extension, and you're hired.
Good. And guaranteed money.
And I'll find the veterans, Kevin, this is an honest point, that want to play with somebody like that. A young player that's drawing that much attention is going to make their jobs easier, and they're probably specialists in what they do, having been in the league that long. So the upside, I'll go with that.
And it's Schroeder missing. Rockets trail by 11. Harden with it. Now defended by Grant. Here's Paul. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Grant outside. And Robertson has it in the corner. Patterson, the screen. And Robertson kicks to Noel. Fires the 3. And the 3 ball is good. Grant's got 6 in the quarter.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Paul against Schroeder. There's a screen. Screen by Capella. And Harden wide open. He shoots. Good, and Paul gets the assist. And it's 13 points for James Harden.
A little tit-for-tat action going on.
Force both defenses to maybe extend out a little further.
So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Thunder out in front, up by 11. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot. High turnovers in the first half, James. I'm sure that ball security will be a focus in the second half.
Yeah, that's still too many turnovers, especially on forced turnovers. So we got to really lock in on our turnovers, make the right play at all times.
James, thanks for the time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We so hope you enjoyed our first half. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime report. Paul George taking care of business in this one. He ended up with 19 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. He struggled in their last game, but he's not having any problems tonight. Really good first half for him. He was right on the mark. Shaq, your thoughts on the Thunder?
Well, they're getting high percentage looks, good game planning. The ball is moving around. Guys aren't pulling the trigger at the first thing they see. They are definitely staying disciplined. That's a big part of what has them having the lead at the halftime.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about the Rockets?
I felt they had a lack of intensity defensively. They gave up way too many threes. I mean, somebody needs to pull out the fire hose because this fire is out of control, and it certainly wasn't because of their defense.
That's it for halftime. Glad you could join us, as now we send you back to the action for the start of the third quarter.
George in this game, guys, he's been. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. Paul and Harden, the star-studded backcourt. Anderson is down low with Capella. And it's Anthony in at the 3. They're the group for Mike D'Antoni starting the second half. Now, here's Capella. It's good, and the Thunder lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from James Harden.
Another bomb for him right now. His three-point shooting might be the key to cutting that lead.
Well, he's doing everything he can to make them competitive. And by everything, I mean draining threes.
So here's Westbrook. Screen by Adams. The 3. Tries again. The kick out to Westbrook. Back to Adams. It's George on the wing. Covered by Anthony. Screen by Adams. George against Anthony. Another shot. And the shot no good, a bit short. Rockets trail by 8. It's stolen by Adams. It's stolen by Capella. Westbrook against Paul. Harden outside. The shot will not fall. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Ball against Westbrook. 14 feet away. It's good, and the Thunder lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Paul.
I think Chris Paul, as he's gotten later into his career, shooting more and more from the three-point line, but the mid-range jumper is still extra special.
They get the rebound. Adams makes it off the glass. And the Thunder lead by 8.
There you go, finally getting one to drop. They have to be a little better now, starting 1 for 5 in this half.
Paul kicks to Harden. Pass to Anderson. Houston moving the ball around. Anderson the screen. Lob pass to Capella. Shot clock at 5. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Westbrook wide open. He fired.
Timeout.
That ball's nice feed that time from George. George has got 3 assists in the game. Timeout called the Rockets.
Well, when Paul George announced this summer that he intended to leave for the Lakers when the contract ran out, you knew what was coming. Even as a rental possibility, the suitors lined up, and Eventually, the price was paid, and now George finds himself in a Thunder uniform.
Now here's Anthony. He's got 7. Screen by Capella. Off the screen. The rebound by Patterson.
That's just poor shooting right now from him, and I'm not sure why he's even attempting those kind of shots.
Took him no time at all on that one. And that's now 17 points for Russell Westbrook.
Sometimes it's more about when Russell hits the 3. That time looking confident.
Screen by Capella. And here's Harden for 3. It's not going to go for him. Oklahoma City leading by 13. And Robertson has it in the corner. Kicks it to Adams. Outside Westbrook. Screen by Adams. Outside Westbrook. Westbrook double team over Paul. Westbrook can't get it to go.
He had a teammate wide open for a better shot. I don't know why he still attempted that with the D right in his face.
Harden inside the three-point line. Shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
And his teammates have to step up just a little bit more. He's been lights out. Needs a bit more support.
Here's Westbrook. Another miss by Westbrook.
And the D does just enough to throw off his rhythm on that shot.
Anthony in the corner. Anderson kicks to Anthony. Trying to break that ice-cold streak.
Melo can just go right through any sort of contact down low.
That's his second personal foul.
Rockets have only 1 missed free throw. They've had 5 attempts and made 4 of them.
2 shots.
Relax on the first.
That free throw good from Anthony. Nene, he's checked in for Clint Capella. And Oklahoma City with a change here too. Felton's checked in. So Anthony nails both of them.
Now for the Thunder last season, the first one in the AD era, that stands for after Durant, you can imagine just how devastating his departure was for the fans of the franchise. But I think Sam Presti, as the general manager, prepared themselves for Kevin Durant leaving and for Russell Westbrook to assume the reins of the team.
And each bucket at this point feels like a backbreaker.
Well, to win at this level consistently, you cannot be faint of heart, and he's going in for the kill.
Now here's Anthony. He's got 9. Missile on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line. So Anthony will go to the free throw line. That one on George. And with OKC, as long as this team has been in this city, they have known success as a franchise.
Well, part of the fear that losing KD in free agency was that the success was going to go with them. But on the shoulders of Russell Westbrook having an historic NBA season, averaging a triple-double, Billy Donovan got these guys to play pretty hard, ended up being in the playoffs, and now have young guys that maybe could show some potential to maintain a level of success this fan base is used to.
The Thunder leading by 9. Now here's Felton. 5 points in the game. And the dunk by Westbrook.
Well, not only the power there, Kevin, did he chip a tooth on the rim? One of the best dunkers in the game.
Nene, the screen. Harden draws the double. And Nene with the basket on the assist from Harden. Nene's got 6.
When he felt the double team coming, quickly located the open man.
Adams with the screen on Paul. And Russell Westbrook again. And the Thunder lead by 11.
And this quarter has been all about him. You feel every shot he's going to take is going in.
Nene, the screen, and here's Harden for three. Basket number 8 for him on 13 tries. That's 62% so far.
And with Harden, it's pick your poison. Not only a tenacious penetrator, but also a consistent threat from three-point.
And it's Westbrook missing.
No excuse for him not drilling that one there. The defense was nowhere to be found. Maybe it could have taken a little more time.
Harden sets the pick for Paul. Anthony in the corner. Nene, the screen. Goes up on the high post. Here's Johnson. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. They get Russell Westbrook.
Well, primetime years for Joe Johnson meant ISO Joe for his ability to score one-on-one, a style of offense that's lost a little bit of its favor, but it remains effective for Joe.
Eric Gordon, he's checked in for the Rockets. Felton kicks to Westbrook. Back to Felton. Lets it go from deep. They get the rebound. Rockets trail by 6. Johnson with it. That's a 2 from Paul. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Gordon against George. Felton kicks to Adams. The putback, and it's Adams on the follow.
Adams, such a physical presence out there on the glass. This is how he gets a lot of his points.
Johnson outside. Nene setting the pick for Johnson. From 11 feet away, bucket is good. Johnson's got 4 points this quarter. Oklahoma City leading by 6. Westbrook passes to George. Over Gordon. George, no good. Houston's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Johnson kicks to Harden. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Adams. Westbrook against Paul. Double team on Westbrook. That's tipped.
Jump ball. You two.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it. Adams dishes to Westbrook. Beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Houston.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
Paul against Felton. Back to Paul. Paul is doubled. Joe Johnson on the wing. 5 to shoot. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. Steven Adams picks one up.
And Joe Johnson unselfish with that play. You can call his number just about any time, but turning down a good shot for a great one, good on you, Joe.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Schroeder's checked in, and that'll be Oklahoma City as it goes out of bounds. Thunder retain possession. Westbrook kicks to Adams. Screen by Adams. And taken away by Johnson. And it's Houston on the break. Gordon's running. Kicks it out to Harden for the tie. In for another field goal. A sublime 9 of 14 on the night.
3 triples in the first half, 3 in the second. Boy, do they add up.
And Brett, when you hear Donovan on the sideline or in the huddle, it's clear how big a motivator he can be for his team. He certainly gets the most out of his players from the stars to the end of the bench.
One thing that Billy Donovan did in the early part of taking the job with the Oklahoma City Thunder, and I remember it well, Kevin, I went to the UCLA campus where Billy Donovan had invited most of the roster for the Oklahoma City team, and he started to establish that trust in the offseason, being there for workouts, understanding the personalities of his team, and getting to know his guys. All of those things have reaped some incredible rewards in the early part of Billy Donovan's coaching career.
Now Gordon, after Westbrook's missed 3. Nene kicks to Paul. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Nene. Good, and Paul gets the assist. And now a 3-point Rocket lead.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Well, there's an ebb and a flow. They had a hard time earlier, but now, flow.
He's feeling it, and it's Houston with another.
Yeah, they're having a tough time containing Harden here tonight. No surprise there. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. Hits the three-point bomb. Westbrook's got 24 points.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
And you could try to key in on him, but that's tough. They run plays that routinely give him makeable looks.
And until someone stops him, he's just going to continue to keep firing from distance.
Yeah, we got to be a DEFCON 1 here, because at this point, he is so dialed in, you got to get him off his spots.
Patterson, and again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Paul George with the steal. An even 3-on-3 break. Harden against Westbrook. Yes! And the foul. It's going to be on James Harden.
Ties it up with that one. You know, he's such a smart scorer. He doesn't force anything, lets the opportunities come to him.
Well, Brent, the media and others have commented that while Westbrook is a gifted scorer, he isn't an efficient scorer. What do you think of that?
Well, Russell is surrounded by guys who are still trying to figure out exactly what they are supposed to be in the league. He's not going to wait around for them to figure it out on his watch. And so that's the delicate dance right now for Oklahoma City. Russell Westbrook trying to find a balance between leading the charge and putting a charge in his teammates.
Here is Harden. He's got 26. Lob pass to Capella. Adams, a nice D.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
Now here's Schroeder. Good work there as it goes. Schroeder's got 8.
Even though the defense was pretty good and they want him to take that shot, Schroeder makes him pay.
Here's Harden. And Adams sends it back.
And 2 for 1. That's what they'd like to get right now.
Working the clock is one element, but you also want to get as good a shot as you can.
And Gerald Green picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
And the Rockets making a change here. Anderson's checked in. And a switch here also for Oklahoma City. Roberson, he's checked in for Russell Westbrook. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. George with a screen on Gordon. Back to Schroeder. 20 seconds left here in the third quarter. Screen by Adams. Here's Roberson. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
He's still looking for his shot. Somehow they're winning. They'd like to get him going.
The drive by Green to end the run. And oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
And they make sure to get the last shot.
He wants a lot of communication, wants teamwork, and guys, we're talking during that break to think his team is listening.
Well, you know, you also have to credit the other team. I always say, you know, they get checks on the 1st and 15th also. I mean, the offensive play calling is having an effect, and let's just see how they respond.
Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. So the Thunder 5 right now. They've got Paul George. Adams is out there at Nerlens Noel. Then there's Andre Roberson. And it's Schroeder in at the point guard position. And now the fast break. Schroeder with the ball. Roberson gets the bucket. Roberson's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for Oklahoma City. Rockets trail by 3. Capella with a screen on Schroeder. Off the pick. And the dunk by Capella.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Adams sets the pick for Noel. There's a screen by Noel. Adams, the pass to Schroeder. Here's Roberson. 5 to shoot. No good from the wing.
And they still need to step up just a little bit. They have the lead, but he needs to find himself out there.
Harden kicks to Gordon. Back to Harden. The pass to Anderson. And that misses. That would have put him up.
No doubt disappointed with that one. He'd love to have that one back.
Yeah, I'd put that play on repeat. The setup was perfect. Just need a better result next time.
Here's Roberson. Feeds it to Adams. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. And the Thunder lead by 3.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
And here's Anderson from the arc. And another 3 for Houston.
Well, Ryan Anderson in catch-and-shoot game is a great option. The D has no way to react when Anderson uses that quick release.
Now here's Schroeder. In the corner, George with it. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. And now it's 27 points for Paul George. Harden against Schroeder. Capella sends a screen for Harden. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Look at that jam.
No way.
I mean, just beautiful.
And trust me, Dennis Schroeder would love to score the basketball, but his ability to set up his teammates is also effective.
That Unleash Chaos Under Armour replay really giving us a good look at the action. Now here's Green. Gordon dishes to Anderson. Screen by Capella. Here's Green. Adams, some nice D.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
Noel down low, defended by Anderson, and it's Noel missing.
And the effort and anticipation on defense won't show up in the individual stat sheet, but effective.
Yeah, he takes a nice angle on it. He doesn't get the block, but he does get the alter.
Now here's Green. Capella with a screen on George. Here's Gordon. The Rockets again can't hit. Oklahoma City leading by 5. Here's Roberson. Pass to George. Noel sets a screen for George. Back to Roberson. The feed now to Schroeder. Over Harden. And it's Schroeder missing. Rockets have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Green passes to Gordon. Back to Green. Screen by Capella. They need this one. And Adams sends it back. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on James Harden.
And never quite sure what Schroeder is going to do there. Fantastic at forcing the D to hit him while he was shooting that one.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
First one falls for the Rockets. Anthony's checked in for Gordon. And it's Paul in for Green. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Noel. Schroeder hits them both. Rockets trail by 7. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Paul against Schroeder. Paul kicks to Anthony. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. 15 points for Carmelo Anthony.
Can't allow that much separation, even as the pass is coming his way. Try and crowd Carmelo as best you can.
Paul with the steal. Here's Harden, and it's Harden slamming it down.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Screen by Grant. Adams dishes to Schroeder. 6 to shoot. Poked away. And Andre Robertson is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Here is Paul. He dishes it to Harden. Anderson the screen. Capella sets a screen for Anthony. Capella with a screen on Grant. Anthony, the pass to Capella. And it's all evened up. Capella's got 4 points this quarter.
And it's official. They have come all the way back. At one point, this thing seemed to be out of reach.
This is a testament to this team's fortitude, never giving up. Folks, we've got a new ballgame.
Now here's Adams from 12 feet out with the putback. And it's Adams on the follow. And the Thunder lead by 2.
And they've gotten very aggressive on the offensive glass here in the second half, getting a lot of second chance points.
Outside Anthony. In the corner, Harden. Lock at 6. Anderson a screen on Grant. Harden, the timely screen gave him a step and he took it all the way. Harden's got the game tied up here for the Rockets. Adams with the screen on Paul. With the floater, and it's finished off by Schroeder as he lays it in.
The floater is such a deceptive and unguardable shot. You can understand why Schroeder elects to go with it there. Sweet looking on the dip.
And Paul gets it to go in.
And finally, they fought themselves back to even the score. We've got a new ball game here now.
That took a lot of energy just trying to even things up. We'll see if they have enough left in the tank to finish the job.
Now here's Grant. He's off on that one. Good work defensively by Capella.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game. Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
There's Schroeder. James Harden picking up that last basket. For the 3. Robertson can't hit. Rockets on offense. They're on a 13-4 run. Capella sets a screen for Paul. Lob pass to Capella. And it's Houston with another.
An even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
Schroeder kicks to George. Over Anthony. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
And the mid-range jumper really right in George's comfort zone. When he isn't blowing by guys and finishing at the rim, he's knocking that one down with consistency.
And the dunk by Capella.
Oh, going high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam. Grant gets a wide-open look. And some very quick points for him on that possession.
Wow, Jeremy Grant, the evolution will be televised. Phenomenal at staying cool and collected in that big moment.
Harden outside. The kick out to Anderson. Puts up a 3. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got his 16th rebound on the night. He kicks it to Robertson. Screened by Grant. There's the pick. The three from George. Buries the long-range jumper. George has got 34 points.
And there's never been any question about George's three-point range. He just goes through stretches where he knocks down the three at a ridiculous rate.
Now here's Harden. Harden draws the double. Anderson dishes to Capella. And Adams sends it back. And now the fast break. Schroeder with the ball. And the dunk by Grant.
That is a good option. You could throw that ball just about anywhere. Even the top of the square. Jeremy Grant ripping one off.
Now Harden. Anderson the screen. To halt the run. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got his 4th assist in this one.
Oh, and that's a game changer right there from Ryan Anderson. And you just love the guys like that step up and knock them down.
And that one, good. Schroeder's got 6 here in this quarter.
And that's why Schroeder is a player you want on your team, because he knows how to come up with huge plays in big situations.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows. 3-point play going to the line for one.
Unbelievable basket. I mean, giving up a lot of height there, but he was not to be denied.
Well, it's nice that he holds some things in reserve because he knows his time to explode. And then the soft play.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Patterson comes in for Grant, and it's Russell Westbrook in for Dennis Schroeder. Now, here's George. He can't get it to go. Paul with the defensive effort. Outside Anthony. Dishes it to Harden. They get it back. 1:15 left in the 4th quarter. Screen by Capella. Harden the pass to Capella. Count it, and the foul. Steven Adams picks one up.
And just a nice combination of size and feel there. Terrific finish down low. That and one free throw ups it to a 2-possession game. Costly foul on the shot that time.
And Robertson kicks to George. Here's Robertson. And here's Westbrook from the arc. Good! And that shot brings them to within just one.
And he's been demanding the ball in these situations. Westbrook with a chance to put this team away.
Anderson with the ball. Already now by Patrick Patterson. Anderson dishes to Paul. Lob pass to Capella. Just 4 to shoot. Shot and game clock separated by 5. And George kicks to Westbrook. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
Oh, that is the play of the game.
Nothing more rewarding than hitting the big shot for your team.
Ice in the veins right there. They're one stop away from winning this thing.
Timeout called. The There's 18 seconds left in the 4th quarter. George against Anthony. To the paint. Here's Capella. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Looked like a goaltend, yet they're saying it was on the way down. Count it.
Yeah, big call there on the goaltend. He just didn't get to it soon enough. Boy, that's a tough break.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. Here's Westbrook. 3 from the inbound. He's off from 3. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. We'll be back shortly, live from Houston, Texas. Well, if you love great competition and neck-to-neck basketball action, this one has been a great one.
Ready, gentlemen? Ready?
So the Rockets win the tip, and away we go here with post-regulation basketball. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So for Oklahoma City right now, inside, it's Patterson and Adams. Westbrook and Robertson are the backcourt pair, and it's George in at the 3, the small forward. Westbrook passes to Patterson, and that one drops. Patterson's got the first basket here in overtime for Oklahoma City.
Well, people talk so much about shoot-first guy with Westbrook. How about that time finding the open man?
Capella with a screen on Westbrook. Paul dishes to Capella. The shot from the low post is good. Capella's got it all tied up now for the Rockets.
Well, this is a gravity game right now. Whatever he throws up must come down. He's having a great game.
Screen by Adams. George against Anthony. Adams sets the pick for George. Rocket 6. Drops in the layup for 2. George has got 36.
He keeps finding great shots out there, and the opportunities are turning up roses.
Ball against Westbrook. Anderson kicks to Paul. And here's Harden. Anderson the screen. Jumper off the screen. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Westbrook's got his 3rd rebound tonight. He feeds it to Robertson. Over Harden. Robertson can't hit. For Houston, they've gone 1 of 3 from the floor since the start of overtime. Anthony, the pass to Anderson. Paul kicks to Capella. Harden draws the double. Westbrook against Paul. Over Westbrook. That one off the back iron and out. The Thunder with the lead. Here's Robertson. There's the dish to Westbrook. Outside, George. From deep three-point range. But they get it back. Robertson dishes to George. Westbrook kicks to Adams. Adams with the screen on Harden. Passes it to George. Back to Robertson. Screen by Adams. Robertson the pass to Adams. That one falls. And the Thunder lead by 4.
It doesn't happen all that often, but Steven Adams stepping up big here.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Screen by Capella. From deep, Harden. Another miss by Houston.
Yeah, not a fan of that one, guys. If he wants to help his team cut into this deficit, he should not be attempting those kind of shots.
Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
To the inside, and stolen by Patterson. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Chris Paul picks up that.
And the former college defensive player of the year in his conference. You knew that Westbrook would reach such elite scoring at the pro level.
So he comes up empty at the line. Rockets trail by 4. Now here's Anthony. Houston moving it around. Paul with the ball. There's a screen. Just 5 on the clock. Anthony with it. Now defended by Adams. Rockets keep it going with the new 24-second clock. The Rockets again can't hit. Oklahoma City's gotten neither of their first 2 3-point attempts to fall in overtime. Pass to Roberson. To the left side wing. Patterson a screen on Hart. Here's Roberson over Harden. That one wide left. A critical possession right here.
Crowd on pins and needles, Kev.
Paul kicks to Capella. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And now we've got the intentional foul. No good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. He's able to hit the second one, and that puts them up by 5. Now a timeout called by Houston. They're trailing by 5. 24 seconds left in overtime. Here's Paul to end the drought. Sinks it. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
I mean, he is just demoralizing his opponent right now on the backboard. They didn't want anything to do with him on that possession. Almost like they were just giving up on the play.
Well, we saw the same kind of attack in the last game. Ferocious effort in back-to-back outings.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shot.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
And a power forward in college. Roberson's been working on increasing his shooting range ever since he entered the league.
And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there. And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
At the line for the Thunder, Russell Westbrook. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. Timeout called the Rockets. They trail by 5. 16 seconds left in the first overtime. Guys, your thoughts?
Well, I mean, if they can score, then they're going to have to foul immediately.
Well, I'm sure that's part of the discussion, not whether to foul, but maybe who.
The 3 from Anthony. Kept alive by Houston.
Yeah, maybe a little luck, maybe a little bit of heart. Both of those at play here. He's getting every offensive rebound. So you combine his massive size and then his desire to pound the glass, it makes him a tough cover on the board.
So it's okay.